All right, guys, last day. This is Friday, October the 28th. And we've got the lesson today is on word problems with averages. You should get a IMB page from the teacher that's covering, and you'll put it on page 109. Those are my guys, page 109. Please leave page 108 blank, because we're going to copy examples on there. All right, so to do these, we've got to remember a couple of things. Remember, we're always using our cubes to break things down. And we're going to add all of the things that we know, all the things they give us. All right, so you guys know how to take an average. Okay, because if you want to average your test, you guys usually will put in, okay, I'm at a 75 plus an 80 plus an 82. If you took 3 tests, you'd add them all together, divide them by 3, and that would give you your average. Okay, so that's kind of what this formula on number 3 says. You take how many things you know, and then what if there's something you don't know? The number on the bottom is how many of those things. So everybody added up, divided by how many you've got. Sometimes you're going to have an equal sign. Sometimes you might have an inequality, and then it always equals the average. Okay, so let's start with these so you can understand what's going on. All right, Cameron has taken 3 tests and made an 88, an 86, and 75. What does Cameron need to make on the 4th test to have at least a B average? Okay, so let's talk for a second. He's made an 88, made an 86, and he's made a 75. Okay, he's got one more test to take. We don't know what he's going to make. What he wants to try to figure out is what he's got to make on that, because when he's finished, he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. He wants to add all of his tests together, divide them by 4, and he wants his average to be at least a B. And what has it got to be a B? It's got to be equal to 80. All right, so we're going to go over to page 108, and we're going to start solving this. Okay, so how would we start solving this for x? Well, let's add up all the numbers we know on the top. So 88 plus 86 plus 75 turns into 249 plus, we don't know what x is, divided by 4. I'm not sure why it's not cooperating with me right now. It wants to erase everything I do. So 249 plus x divided by 4 equals 80. Okay, how do we start getting that x? All right, we got to multiply both sides. First thing you got to do is get rid of this 4 on the bottom. So if I multiply both sides by 4, all right, so then I'm going to get this, 249 plus x equals, what's 80 times 4? That is 320. And then what's the last thing I gotta do is solve for x? Subtract 249. So x equals 71. So if we want to answer the question right, we got to say that he needs to make a 71 on the 4th test. All right. So that's the first one. Let's go back. Look at the next one. First 4 days of school. Gia took 30 minutes, 28 minutes, 34 minutes, and 31 minutes to walk to school. If her average time for the school week was 31 minutes, how long did it take her to walk to school on Friday? Okay, so Monday, it took her 30 minutes. Tuesday, 28 minutes. Wednesday, 34 minutes. Thursday, 31 minutes. And the last day, we don't know how long it took her on Friday, but we're going to figure that out. So she walked to school all 5 days, so you divide by 5. And it says that her average, if I added them all up, divided by 5, her average was 31. All right, so we're going to take that and do the same thing. We're going to go over to 108. And we're going to copy it. We're going to start solving. All right, so if you added all of these numbers up on the top that you could add together, 30 plus 28 plus 34 plus 31, you would get 123. You don't know the x, divided by 5 equals 31. Solve it the same way. You got to get rid of that 5 on the bottom. So 5 is gone. You get 123 plus x equals 31 times 5 is 155. Then last, you just have to subtract 123 on both sides. X equals, looks like 32. Just put it in your calculator. All right, so what did we just learn? It took her 32 minutes to walk to school on Friday. All right. Let's go back and do the last one. All right, the average salary of 5 employees at Google is $1,500 a week. So there's your average. Okay, so you know whatever we write, it's going to be equal to $1,500 because that's our average. If 4 employees receive $1,425, $1,675, $1,575, and $1,425, so if I take all of these and add them together, okay, what is the salary? So that's for the employees. What's the 5th one making? We don't know. Divided by 5. Okay, sorry, that's kind of jumbled up there. Let's see if I can move. There you go. I can move that over just a little bit. Okay, so we added up all 5 of them, including this guy here at the end that we don't know. He's the guy we don't know what he made. But if I divide it by 5, it should all equal 1,500 because they're averaging 1,500. So here we go. Page 108, copy it down, just like we had it written. We're going to start doing the math. So if I add all these numbers up here, I'm going to get 6100 plus x divided by 5 equals 1,500. Okay, so how do I start solve for this? Got to get rid of that 5 first. So 5 is gone. I get 6100 plus x equals 1,500 times 5 is 7,500. And then my last step is subtract. So x equals 1,400. All right, so what did we just learn? We just learned that the salary of the 5th employee is $1,400. All right, so that takes care of the averages. And now what you're going to get is some sort of worksheet. There was nothing ready when I left, so I think either Miss Peterson or Miss Brown was going to bring you something so that you had something to work on in class. And this is supposed to be the homework. Let me see if There it is. There's the homework that you're supposed to take home, and whoever is covering the class will give you a copy of that. We will, if Ms. Brown or Peterson comes to you with a skills check, you may have a skills check before class is over. Otherwise, we will discuss skills check on Monday. Thanks so much. Have a good weekend, and don't forget, if you are supposed to be retaking any Unit 1 tests on Monday, you know what they are, because that is our plan for Monday. Thank you.